So this video is all about how I research and follow altcoins. Now, I'm not going to be talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think it's well understood what these are and what they do. Also, I am a proponent of blockchain, but many of you know me as an investor in traditional markets, a trader, someone who likes tech, but that's why I do like crypto. The blockchain is simply fantastic. It is better than our current equity market system, which still runs on paper and spreadsheets. I would love to see the stock market actually embrace a full crypto trading environment built on blockchain for transparency purposes. We'll talk about this later. But the key thing now is that I just want to talk about, the altcoins or meme coins and how I think about it. Specifically, why I like some of them and why I don't. So the first thing I often do is look at for market cap. Because market cap is the truest way for you to get some kind of relative understanding about how much a full project is worth. So if you took every Bitcoin in existence and multiplied it by its price, 67,000, you would get 1.3 trillion. So the whole project is worth 1.3 trillion. Now, the reason why that's interesting is Apple trades for about $175 a share right now. This is their investor relations page. They have a market cap of over 2.5 trillion. So what's already interesting is you can ask yourself, do you like Bitcoin more at 1.3 trillion or Apple at 2.5 trillion? Also, how large is Bitcoin? Well, now you understand it's one of the largest symbols in the world by market cap. It's $1 trillion less than Apple, but even that is pretty remarkable. And Bitcoin is actually worth more than Tesla on a market cap basis. So think about that. Bitcoin is worth more than Tesla on a market cap basis. So this is the first thing I like to do when I'm researching these coins. I try to get a relative understanding through market cap to see if it's, fits my investment criteria, or if it's not understood. Is it sort of hiding out? Should it be worth more? Should it be worth less? I start to make these comparisons to get a feel for it. Does it make sense at that valuation? Hey, when you're buying a share of something, you're becoming an owner of it. You wouldn't just go buy a random house just because, it had an attractive price. No, you'd want to understand where that house is relative to the other houses. How is that house built? What's inside that house? Does the house have earning potential? Is it in an area that's safe from tsunamis or earthquakes or things? All these questions go through your head whenever you make large purchases in real life. You should do the same when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and actually especially cryptocurrencies. So as we move down the list, keep in mind we are going down in market cap. This is CoinGecko. There are all sorts of other sites with these types of coin rankings. TradingView has a great one. Of course, there's CoinMarketCap. So this is the market cap here. So we're just getting smaller. We went from 1.3 trillion, which is Bitcoin. By the time we get to the 20s, we're in the 4 billion range. So it's shrinking quite a bit. Now, as we go down, I will say one that has been on my X feed quite a bit, this one here, $2.7 trillion market cap, is dog with hat. Hilarious, don't get me wrong. It's a dog with hat, 2.7 trillion. Well, okay, I want to dive into this one because it's kind of how I do my research process. I've seen this trending quite a bit. I see that they are buying some ads in Las Vegas. Well, I'd love to understand what they do exactly. So the next step is let's get familiar with this project or this business. A great example is if you go to buy a TV or a new computer, you're probably going to want to understand the company that makes it. Do you trust them? Who's the owner of the company? Do they have good reviews? And if they don't have good reviews, you probably don't want to buy a computer from them. Same thing with crypto projects. Who are they? What are they built on? Who are the owners? So we can go to dogwithcoin.org. The website is right there. And now we start to understand dog with hat. They're crossing. This is a hilarious website. I'll give them credit for that. It's literally just a dog with a hat. So what is with? Symbol is with. What is with? It's just a dog with a hat. Okay, you can put the hat on or off. I mean, you're kind of starting to say it's a meme coin. It's definitely potentially entertaining. It's hilarious. It is worth $2 billion, and you can start to go through the website to sort of understand exactly what's going on. You can see doing some sort of hilarious comparisons here. I like that they say it's a symbol of progress for futuristic transactions, a beacon for those who think ahead. It's clear that the future belongs to those who embrace innovations like WIF, transcending boundaries and paving a new era in finance and technology. Literally a dog with a hat. Well, I hope now you're starting to sort of see some of the research that you can do. Then they got some hilarious, I don't get it, hater. They took a dog and put a hat on it. 5 stars, 1 star. So this is sort of the concept of doing your research, I suppose. Now, you have to ask yourself, at what's the market cap on this? A 2.7 trillion. Is this something I want to buy for the future? Because I think that it's going to return money to me someday. Well, that's a good question. I mean, the chart is pretty wonderful. I'm a sucker for technical analysis, an upward sloping chart. There's clearly a reason for this. Something has got everyone's attention, and it's worth 2.7 trillion. However, I have to say, I have no idea what it does for me if I do buy it. I think that it's funny. It's clearly a meme coin, but what is sort of you probably get what I'm saying. What's the return on investment for me? Probably trying to trade something based strictly on technicals. So I'd probably want to do some technical analysis on this chart to try to see if it's just a POG trading. I think we all traded POGs, all traded cards. We were kids once trading goods for goods. Sometimes these are just trading mechanisms as well. There's a saying about you should go read about the sardines quote in trading, where traders are trading sardines all the time on the docks, and they trade sardines for a solid year until one trader finally trades for the sardines and he gets them and he takes them back to his house. He's not going to trade them, and he opens them, and they're just absolutely disgusting. He goes back to the dock and he says, why was everyone trading these sardines for the last year? Like, they're absolutely disgusting. They're not good anymore. There's something wrong here. And one of the traders on the dock says, well, you clearly misunderstood. Those are not eating sardines. Those are trading sardines. So I guess this point of the story is there are sometimes assets out there that are literally just for trading. You clearly do not want to get held holding the bag and those types of things. I'm not saying this about Dog with Hat. I just said that the website actually gave me a hilarious smile. But the point being is, as I'm doing research into these tokens, this is the level of analysis I at least hope to start with. I would never just buy because I saw something on X. I'm going to go try to see what they actually do. Like, what is the actual business? And you can do this type of research all the way from sites like CoinGecko, TradingView, and other sites like it. So why not then actually, work our way through here and maybe try to find something that really stands out. And as we scroll down, there is Algorand. We might want to look into that one, just really as an example. Let's just keep going here. And you can see that one fun thing about these types of sites is you can just keep scrolling down. It's getting smaller by market cap, 1.2 billion, 1.2 billion. You can see the names, the symbols. You get a quick view of the chart, and it's actually pretty interesting just to see what people are building. Because while some of this stuff might be a meme coin, or perhaps, maybe not exactly the most coin with the most utility ever, you just can get a feel for what people are actually building in the blockchain space. And this is one way to just understand what's going on. You can just go through and read all of these names. Well, here's Compound. That's another interesting one. But for this video, why don't we look at Basic Attention Token? Okay. So here's Basic Attention Token, BAT. Let me make sure you can see all this. I'm going to move my camera up there. So naturally, I want to check the chart, see what's happening. It's not exactly the greatest chart of all time. We can all see that. Market cap of 442 million, not nearly as large as some of the other projects. You can see it's 24-hour trading volume, 38 million. So it's liquid. 38 million is definitely a sum of money. Circulating supply, total supply. So what's pretty fantastic about this is You're just understanding what it is you're looking into. Well, let's go to the basic attention token website. Well, this is where things start to get interesting if you find a coin with actual utility, because BAT, basic attention token, is the official coin for the Brave browser. Now, if you've ever used the Brave browser, here it is. It's a competitor to Chrome, Internet Explorer. This is the Brave browser. Now we're talking. Now this is how I start my research. If I believe in blockchain technology, if I think that there are coins out there that actually have potential, they got skill, they could potentially return money to me, whether it's a buyback through a burning process, because right, you burn tokens, supply shrinks, it's technically a buyback. Apple does tons of buybacks. I can do more videos on that later. But that's already fascinating, because now you're talking about a token connected to a real product that I actually even use. Like, I use basic attention token. I can check out its white paper, try to understand exactly its abstract. You can see its published date. So I'm going to save this, and wow. Okay, so this is this is probably a fascinating read. So how many pages is this? I mean, that's the notes at the end. 33, 34, almost 35 pages. So I'm going to download this, save this for some nighttime reading. I'm not going to go buy it right away. That's kind of the point of this video, by the way, is trying to get people to slow down a little, understand exactly what's going on, and do your research so you can maybe make a more informed decision. Don't just buy on a whim because you saw a tweet or anything like that. Go figure out exactly what it is you're looking at. And that is really step one for me, which is, what exactly am I getting with this token? I haven't even started the tokenomics process, which I'll explain in a second. And they kind of lay out the roadmap. I think you want to understand what they're working on. So swaps, that's pretty interesting that they're doing swaps. That would essentially be like Uniswap or some of those other decentralized exchanges. Looks like they have something coming for a search engine. You know, this catches my attention absolutely. On-chain transactions, 10 million wallets, 1.7 million creators. Very interesting. Very. I am definitely going to do a little more research into this. And the point is this is how it all starts. Now, I do want to say, this is where you then really want to also do your research that I think too many people forget about. Now, the same way you pick your friends is the same way you should pick any crypto investments you're doing. You know, you don't just go out and be friends with random people. They build your trust over time. You like their story. You guys are hanging out together. There's cool things you do together. You maybe work on hobbies together or projects. When you go buy a crypto, understand who the team is. So I actually really like that they're showing who the team is here. And I can go read their LinkedIn profiles. And also in crypto, there have been some pretty bad stories out there about fake teams. You've seen some pages where it's literally a fake website of fake people with AI generated pictures, and they're just getting people to trade their coin. Go make sure these people are real. Go read about them. Do you think they have what it takes to take your investment in their token and build something bigger? Go read about them. You can click their LinkedIn or their Twitter profile. If I just click this LinkedIn here, let's see. Let's get this out of the way. CEO and president at Brave. And what's actually pretty interesting is, so he was at Netscape. That's pretty interesting if you're at Netscape. You know, one of the first, so he's done it before, and Mozilla. So Firefox. So already you're starting to kind of see how this research process can get you going down the right path, because now we have identified what stands out to us from the coin, its market cap, its trading volume, if it looks real. We've identified that it's got a very interesting business proposition. It's got the white paper that we're going to dive into. We should go to, we went to the browser, so we can actually go try the product now, see the actual utility of it. And then, of course, I would add that we even read about the people as well. And there's some more here about how it works. And the next step would really be, by the way, we'd want to take a few more hours to really understand some of this. But the next step would try to be understanding more of its tokenomics. And by that, we mean we're going to have to spend some time to understand how exactly, as a holder of this currency, we can eventually get some sort of reward in terms of price appreciation, dividend, or burn/buyback. And that, of course, is all going to come from our research about the product. Are more people using it? Are people buying the actual token? Who's behind the token? And you probably also want to get a feel for, so BAT ecosystem growth. So tokenomics, 67 million monthly active users, 25 million daily active users, 10.6 million BAT wallets, 4 million on-chain transactions. So you're starting to see now that there really is some interesting potential here. And well, remember, this is not investment advice, and I need to go do some research too. This is all happening, by the way, in real time. I'm actually walking you through this live so you can see how you can do something similar. So this is BAT purchase by Brave. Purchase BAT is used to reward users for viewing ads. So you're going to want to read the white paper to understand how the tokens are used entirely. But the point is here is you can just see the level of analysis that you want to do. There's its market cap, so 1.5 billion coins, and there's almost 500,000 total coin holders. That's a lot more research to do here. But the reason why I made this video is exactly what I said from the start, which is how do I do research into altcoins? So I'm not talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these other larger projects. It's what coins are potentially misunderstood, not priced correctly, have room for growth, and have a real business attached to them. Because this is just my video, it's my opinion. I'm not looking for a coin with no utility. Utility meaning what is its actual purpose? What can it do? What can it build? Does it help people? Does it solve problems? And there are some coins, as you'll see, that potentially have that. This Brave and BAT token seems to be one example, but you can dive in and search for all of these. Algorand is definitely one that I've had on my watch list before that I'd like to read into a little bit more. But it's all about utility. Is it actually solving something? Now, before I head out of here, there is one more thing as well, though, that's so important to this video, and I can't believe I overlooked it before I wrap up here. Let's go to the basic attention token again, because I need to just remind myself and all of you the final point, which is I cannot begin to explain how important it is that you read the white paper and that you also look into the actual technology behind the cryptocurrency. Because one of the biggest risks you can do in all of crypto, especially on a coin that is new or not vetted like Bitcoin or Ethereum, is potentially it could get hacked. Maybe there's a backdoor. Maybe it's not sound technology. That could end everything for the project and your investment. If it ever gets hacked, if it's not secure, or if there's something wrong with the tokenomics, meaning maybe they can mint infinite coins. If there's infinite supply or even that possibility, then essentially every coin is worthless because it's infinite. There's no supply to keep its value tight and keep a supply and demand curve that keeps the value relevant. If supply is infinite, there's just not enough infinite money to keep up with that infinite supply. So I can't believe actually I waited this whole video to say that. If I could, I would cut this forward and bring it forward in the video. But the point is that I need to make sure I end that with this video, because while it was a good walkthrough of the different coins and how you can think about it and how I think about it, looking for specific utility, I need to end on that note, which is even if you found a coin with the best utility, if the security isn't there, if the white paper isn't there, if the people aren't there, then it very well might become a scam. You could lose everything. It just is not a solid built project on a trusted, secure foundation. So always, I have to keep that in mind. I think other investors and traders should. But with that being said, that's the end of this video. And I hope that it helps someone out there who's thinking about getting involved in cryptocurrency. And on my blog, I write about why I like blockchain. And I'll have a video as well about blockchain coming soon too.